A major meeting is currently going on in Dar es Salaam on regional transport and infrastructure. The map indicated here has been presented by Tanzania, depicting the plan of using the Central Corridor to integrate the region. Kenya is shaded black because it's not part of the Central Corridor. Uganda, Tanzania, DRC, Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, Zambia, and Malawi are members of the recently expanded Central Corridor. As has been said, for the umpteenth time, we need to seriously wake up and avoid chest thumping and preoccupation with maintaining the status quo. The yellow lines on this map presented here are highways, while green lines are railways. Tanzania has just completed the construction of the 900-kilometer standard gauge railway line between Dar es Salaam and Dodoma, and headed to Mwanza to serve the Lake Victoria countries. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Off-Dock TV from Off-Dock Services. We provide services dealing with ship contracting. We do ship tolling, cargo inspections, marine surveys. We also do tracking of your cargo. We facilitate your logistics from point of discharge on your vessel, railage, and at the same time loading onto road transport network. We do the documentation, the tolling services. We also do consultancy on the electronic data interchange, which we develop and integrate with so many players so that everybody gets real-time information on the movement of their cargo from the point of discharge, and they move across the logistics chain to their destinations and vice versa. Now, we have talked about this before, but from what I've read, it clearly shows that there's a bigger and a wider scheme. There's a bigger conspiracy, which we don't even seem to be seeing. The Kenya government, the port of MOMBASA are sitting on their laurels. They think everything is going on fine. But look at what Tanzania is doing. Tanzania has expanded the Central Corridor to involve Uganda, to involve Rwanda, Burundi, to involve Addis Ababa, that is Ethiopia. And that means automatically South Sudan will also fall into the loop. And they have been doing this systematic, without chest thumping. They have done 400 kilometers, double what Kenya has done for the standard gauge railway. And they are going to link directly to the Lake Victoria, and therefore Mwanza Musoma region, and then connect directly to Kampala through Port Bell. That should sound an alarm for not only Mombasa. Mombasa is not just about discharging and offloading of cargo. It's not just about stevedoring. It's not just about shore handling, cargo handling. You must be aware of the market in which you operate. You must be aware of the risks. You must be aware of the threats. You must be there for your own survival, for your own threat of extinction, for the threat of obsolescence. You don't have strategic managers in the port anymore. We don't have strategic managers in the government anymore. Lamu Port is now going for privatization. That leaves Mombasa Port with all its berths also geared for privatization. And therein lies the danger which Port of Mombasa finds itself. Now, as the Central Corridor pulls in the biggest partner in the usage of the Port of Mombasa, that is Uganda. Uganda constitutes more than 30% of the total volumes of cargo passing through the Port of Mombasa. Therefore, Mombasa is the biggest partner. Should Uganda move away from the Port of Mombasa to Dar es Salaam, now we can see the linkages that Tanzania is developing is going very far interior and covering the entire Great Lakes region. Not to mention that already they have Zambia and Malawi as their captive. These are captive clients. So it's a wake-up call, ladies and gentlemen. It's a wake-up call. I've said in my previous videos And now I'm repeating again after the latest development. And remember, the meeting is happening in Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa is the capital of Ethiopia. Now, Ethiopia has been looking for openings through the coastal of Djibouti. They've been looking for openings through the port of Lamu. And now it seems like the Dar es Salaam has now not only engaged, it has strategically lengthened its standard gauge railway to connect directly from Dar es Salaam to the lake. Once it goes through the lake, you can be sure accessibility and direct linkages, both road, rail, to South Sudan and therefore Ethiopia. This is a wake-up call for the people of Mombasa. Wake-up call, because if you continue sitting on your laurels, you can be sure things are going to get bad in the near future. The other day, we read in the news, for the first time, Port of Dar es Salaam is doing tea auctioning. Tea auctioning is being done at the Port of Dar es Salaam. All the teas from Tanzania used to be auctioned at the Port of Mombasa. Now they have started their own. And with this, you can be sure, from the wider scheme, the wider strategy, to lock out the Port of Mombasa is now being put in gear, top gear, by the way. Because once the tea auctioning moves from the Port of Mombasa, it will drag with it Uganda, it will drag with it Rwanda, Burundi, and it will drag with it Tanzania will go back now to its port for a shipment of their tea exports. Now, that is gonna be a big problem. The tea industry has made the port of Mombasa vibrant. There are warehouses that cluster all around the port, and they are ever full because of the tea. Will now go dead and moribund. And this one spells doom. It spells doom for the port of Mombasa, because the volumes will definitely go down. It spells doom because the revenue will definitely go down, and therefore there's going to be a lot of problems out there. Now, all this combined with the privatization of the services of the port of Mombasa, because the new players do not have the interest of whether tea or what goes through where, because exports, Kenya is the biggest tea exporter in the region, and therefore that's one of our biggest revenue. So if everything is taken away from the transit countries into port of Dar es Salaam, then leaves Kenya to only run the few tea exports that is locally planted and therefore exported to the European and the Middle East markets. So my purpose of my video today is to let the Northern Corridor, the Secretariat of the Northern Corridor, who is based in Mombasa, it's time for them to wake up and see what is going on out there. Things are not gonna get better or easier for you. And the Northern Corridor, the Secretariat, we are very active members of the DRC, we have got Burundi and Rwanda. Yeah, very active on the Secretariat and the Northern Corridor. But now all these, the same partners in the Northern Corridor are moving away to the port of Dar es Salaam, and therefore the Central Corridor, that spells doom for the port of Mombasa. There are so many multiple challenges that lies ahead. What Tanzania is doing now, silently in cahoots, with Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, DRC, clearly is a conspiracy to lock out the port of Mombasa. And this spells doom for the future. Because the moment country Uganda fails or stops, depending on Port of Mombasa for its import, then the entire revenue for the Mombasa port, which they have been depending on for years, will go down. On this video, once again, I'm raising alarm, I'm raising the red flag, and support the people who are concerned with the top management of Kenya Ports Authority to wake up now and see what is happening around them. What Tanzania is doing is called the predator strategy. They're encircling the port of Mombasa, and before we come to realize it, the port of Mombasa become moribund. It does not become also a feeder port like it has always been, but it will be lowered to the status that even the port of Dar es Salaam is now far ahead in terms of performance. The last World Bank shipping records confirmed that the port of Dar es Salaam is far way ahead of the port of Mombasa. And the President of the Republic of Kenya confirmed in the report that he gave in Mombasa last time he was there, was that the port of Mombasa had taken 300, the position of 326 out of 348. That's a very poor record of performance. And that's all the reason why the President seems to be indicating that that's the main reason for which they are going to privatize all the berths of the port of Mombasa, including the port of Lamu. So as we wind up in this video, I still want to remind you again, please subscribe to our channel, do share, also give us thumbs up so that we see how many likes. Make a comment on the below comment section and see how we can easily reach so many people and grow our audience. Thank you very much, and let's meet again in the next video. Thank you.